I have and I will try to be as honest as possible when it comes to mental health and what all that, because I feel that we shouldn't hide from that, or lie to ourselves or other people. Let's just embrace it, how we feel and how we are. So I guess I'm not doing too well lately. I I there's a one thing that I really suck at. There's many things I suck at, but it's recognizing feelings. I tend to intellectualize things, um, like maybe sadness or depression becomes misanthropy, anger becomes misanthropy. Maybe I use big words like nihilism, but that may be melancholia, or just depression. I've always been terrible at identifying emotions like that, and my emotions becomes ideas, like misanthropy, like. But but one feeling I am sure of that I feel is anger. I notice that I have a very short temper nowadays lately, and if that's the one emotion I feel all the time, kind of. Sometimes it's less noticeable, or it's more in the background than other times. But it feels like a fire when you're in a fireplace, and it starts. You have this, or walk over coal with warm coal. You have those glowing, and not necessarily fire, but it's glowing, it's warm. I feel my anger is like that. It's always there, just not fire, but coal, or something really warm. But again, as I said, I suck at identifying. So, but I haven't talked about this many times. I diagnosed with bipolar type 2, that is, and ADHD. I try to remember my pills, my medicine for bipolar, but lately, for some reason, I've been slacking off. Lately, that's the last year or so. I just forget about them, and yeah, maybe it's related to that. I also had in November last year, December, I had first time in my life real anxiety attacks at late at night trying to sleep, and I felt just it came over me. I couldn't breathe. I was trapped inside my own body and everything. And now I'm using pills for that too. Knock on wood, I haven't had an anxiety attack ever since I got those pills. But I do know that I'm sort of, every time it's about that time to go to sleep, I'm kind of it frightens me, sort of, kind of, just the thought of trying to go to sleep, because I have insomnia too. I go for pills. I take pills for that to sleep. Without those, I'm fucked. I won't sleep. Like for days, I can't sleep. I wouldn't. That's awful, terrible feeling. And then putting anxiety on top of that. So I'm kind of nervous every time I'm gonna sleep. So I think, yeah, I'm drinking. I try to keep it 3 times a week, and I'm just, for it's just beer, but still, I think I drink because of, I just don't want to deal with something in here. I feel empty when I sit there and just watch some TV show or film or whatever. But I feel like being like sort of buzzed or drunk even makes me be more easygoing, makes me think less and just relax more. And especially, I don't think about sleep. I just pass out. So that's, and I saw a video about well, he's got three guys, one hammer, and I thought to myself, I haven't seen the video itself, but if that video, that video was easy to find and see and watch, I would watch it. I know that because I tend to watch things like that because I tell myself that I need to remind myself of the evil in this world, or if there's fate, how evil fate is, or if there's a God, how fucking evil God is, and how evil we people can be to each other, you know. And I live in Norway, and it's one of the best societies, best countries to live in. I'm a white heterosexual man living in one of the best countries in the world, and you know, when I watch things like that, you know, people die, you know, not all the time, but sometimes I do watch it. I feel sort of very lucky, and also like it's a good reminder for me to, you know, all of this society we have, Western society, it's all a facade. It's all a facade. And how long will this society, you know, continue on? When are we going to regress again? When are we going to embrace fundamentalism and religion, or populism, or right-wing ideology? Fuck, English is my second language. You understand what I'm saying? I mentioned this many times, but it's the library in Alexandria. All the scientific research, information, everything was there. And over time, society became more fundamentalist or religious, and the fucking library. It's not true that the library burned in one day. It got destroyed over time, but it was because society regressed, and science wasn't that important anymore. There's also a drawing or an etching of one of my favorite artists, Francisco Goya, Spanish, and he was in Spain. There was this similar thing happening. Goya was very much interested in science, and he would be a progressive if he lived to this day, maybe even an atheist. I would call him a liberal at the time, you know, but because there was many people who had this, believed in Satan, they believed in God, they believed in, you know, fairy tales that he called, and he painted a lot of that, darker paintings with like goats that was representing Satan and everything. He painted that not because he believed it, because people believed that. And there was this etching which is called I had to search it up. Sleep of Reason Produces Monsters is the title. And you see this person lying over some sort of desk or whatever, and you see all these demons or whatever. It's a good one, and I just especially love the title. It's so true, you know. Sleep of Reason Produces Monsters. And me talking about, you know, like society progression, moving forward, the Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek, idealism, and also me talking about saying that humanity is doomed to just go in circles. No, we go one step forward, two steps back, one step forward, two steps back, and truth doesn't matter anymore. But this is me intellectualizing what I may actually feel in myself, that I'm trying to rationalize or give my emotions a reason when the reason why I'm feeling how I feel is much more personal than that. I'm trying to, you know, but again, I just kind of only feel anger. Except for that, I feel empty inside, and I'm just I have a really complicated relationship with sleep and all that. So yeah, I don't think I'm too good nowadays, but who knows, right? What is a good life? I don't fucking know. So yeah, all right, bye.